Welcome to another episode of What Was Said podcast, or either Bit My Said Too Much podcast, whichever one flows off your tongue the fastest, and whatever you can remember the most. Thank you for listening, and go ahead and hit that notification bell or the subscribe button, and you'll get to know when this good old podcast is posted. Continue to like, share, and give your feedback on this good old podcast, okay? Hello, hello. Welcome to another episode of What Was Said podcast. This is your boy Vontae here with another episode. I hope everybody's having a great day and having a positive day because my yesterday was kind of a little messy Monday, but I'm going to go ahead and give you a little tease of what happened on Monday or what happened to me this past few days, okay? So I'm gonna call this a little tea Tuesday because I'm giving you a little bit of my tea. And before I start off, what I'm because I speaking of Thanksgiving and giving of thanks and all of that, I want to say that what I'm thankful for is I'm thankful for people listening to me and believing in my podcast when I thought it wasn't gonna work. Like, I really appreciate those that share me, post me, and listen to me. That means a lot. And at the end of the day, I'm going to help those that help me, okay? Like, I'm gonna really do, because I gotta look out for those, because that's what people be forgetting when you get to the top. You forget those that was at the bottom with you, that know you from when you first started. Like, they know when you was a struggling artist, a struggling rapper, a struggling whatever you was doing, you was surely struggling before you got there. But I'm gonna say don't remember those little people. Remember those people that helped you. Like, remember those. But I'm gonna start off my little Tea Tuesday with a little hit and run that I did over. I don't know when it happened. I know it happened this month, but I was literally going to Dunkin' Donuts to get me a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich and this good old chocolate cappuccino, frappuccino. I don't know what it was. I just know it was a frap or something. I just know it was something, some type of coffee beverage. And I was going there to get that and two donuts. Good. It was a good glazed chocolate and strawberry with sprinkles. So I was going there just minding my business. I'm leaving my neighborhood. I looked to my right. I looked to my left. Then I looked to my right again. I didn't see a car. But as I'm turning to the left, my head is still to the right. And by the time when I turned to the left, I was into the car. Me and this person in this car that shall not be named and won't be named, we looked at each other and connected glasses. I saw their four eyes, they saw my four eyes. And I backed up, pulled forward, and kept it going. I looked in my rearview mirror. They did not stop. I mean, they did stop. I'm lying. They did stop, but I didn't. I stopped at the stop sign, turned the corner, went to somewhere, did another turn. I ain't gonna tell you where I was at, but I just know I did a couple of turns. And then I parked my car and I called a friend to tell him what happened. And I'm thinking to myself, I do not want to go out here and look at these damages because I already messed up the right side of my car doing the drunk drive incident. Now I got it where I'm driving sober and I hit somebody. And the whole time, y'all, this accident happened slowly because remember, I had to back up from their car and then go forward and then go to a stop sign and stop. I wasn't gonna not I wasn't gonna run the stop sign. I couldn't. I was trying to obey the laws while I was doing something wrong. And I meant to say my maintenance man, he was right there and saw it. So I pull over and I check the damages. Now the left side is messed up. So now I gotta get a headlight for the left side and the right side. I'm just like, Lord, this car is gonna be called Frankenstein because all the work that gotta be done to it, I'm basically rebuilding this whole car. Like, I don't know if I'm safe on the road, sober or drunk, but I can say I did look left, I did look right, and I did look again, but I just didn't see that car there. I think there's a glitch in the system, because I don't understand how that car just randomly appeared. Like somebody put a cheat code in real quick because I don't know where that car came from and where it was at because it wasn't there when I looked. And they should have blew their horn if they saw me right there. Like or just I don't know. Yeah, they stopped. They were stopped before I hit them. But I went to my rent office to try to get a key because my best friend locked me out the house because I ran outside. And the lady gonna ask me, "Are you okay?" Now, I don't know if she saw it. I don't know if the maintenance man told her. I'm like, Lord, now we got witnesses out here in crowd. I'm like, I don't need nobody knowing what goes on. Like, y'all don't need to ask me, am I okay? Because she never asked me this before. So I went on ahead and just said, oh, I'm good. Everything's okay. That's all I could say because I'm just like I don't know what you know, and I ain't trying to tell on myself because I don't know if you know. So there's a lot of no's around here, so I'm gonna just keep my nose out of it. So I just left that alone. But I had to hide my car for a couple of days because the person I hit stay out my neighborhood. But I hope I don't run into him ever when I'm out here. But when I looked at their car, it has no damages. So I feel like everything should be okay because I got all the damages. I don't know how, and we was moving slowly. That was the slowest accident I ever seen in my life and ever been in. Normally they happen quickly in an instant, but that was very slow. They could have got my license plates and everything as slow as I moved, but they didn't. The Lord had me. He knew my heart. He knew my car. And another thing that happened over the week, I broke it off with somebody that I used to date for 10 whole years. Like, 10 whole years. Can you say? I don't know if that was shady or not. I don't know if that was shady or not, but I don't need to do that. But I do miss him. I love him. And I can't believe I did that because it's like one of those things where you keep telling people what you want and they don't do it, but you do what they want. And I just got tired. And everybody could tell me, Vaughn, tell you, it's going to be a day when you got tired. And all my friends could tell me, I don't want to keep hearing about you and him. You going to keep going back to him. You going to keep going back. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to keep going back. And then I'm just like, I listen to y'all stories about you and such. I don't tell you how many times you going to go back. I don't bring that up. Because at the end of the day, you going to do you. And people going to be people. Okay? Because I can't tell you, oh, I want to hear your story, or you going to keep going back. I ain't going to tell you going to keep going back. I'm going to leave it out the equation because obviously you and I know what's going to happen. I'll be here for you when you don't go back and when you do go back. Either way, I'm going to still be here. But what led to my decision was that, how can I put it? I've been living in my apartment for 2 years. And he been living in his townhome for a long time. And we stay like literally, I could say about at least 5 or 6 minutes away from each other. So within the 2 years that I've been living here, he only been here on my second year. And I'm like, okay, that really bothered me because I'm like, it don't seem like you was that excited for me to be on my own and have my own apartment. I thought he would be excited. He would care. But like, okay, well, you got your own apartment. I'm going to come over more often. Like, that would have never led for me to do a separation because I really had to think hard about it. And it was just like a lot of things I was faking. And I couldn't fake it anymore. And I was just like, let me put you out your misery and let it go. Like, I got to be like, Elsa, let it go. And just be like, okay, we got to separate. And I tried to separate politely. And I always wonder, is there a such thing as separating properly? Like, is there such thing as separating properly? But like, okay, yay, like, this is we're doing this and we're doing that. Like, it's a breakup. Can a breakup be peaceful? Because that's what I was trying to do. Because I told him, he was like, we should make this a goodbye and all of that. I'm like, no, how about we turn this into a see you later? Because we don't know what the future may hold. So let us just separate and just see what time will do. And if we meant to be together, time will tell. Like, that's all I can say. And I was trying to keep it peaceful in a way that I feel like, okay, we can see each other in the future or see each other somewhere, and it don't be no animosity towards each other, or it don't be no angry looks. Because why am I sitting here carrying around extra baggage I don't need? I'm not trying to be that bag lady that Erica Badu talking about. Like, no, I'm trying to let go of that. So I'm trying to pat light. But I just feel like I came to a good decision, and I'm hoping and praying he's doing good, and I hope he wished me the best. But I can't say the last time we talked, I was kind of rude and nonchalant and kind of like standoffish because it was like I was under the influence of alcohol and some weed. So I my feelings was just up and down, like it was just everywhere at that moment, and I just had to let it out because I just was like, Vontae, it's either let it out and keep either hold it in and keep faking or just let it out, tell the truth, and let them get over it. But I can't say I don't know if I would love again because in this day and age, people are cheating. And then, but marriages are becoming open now. Like, I thought marriage was supposed to be between two people. I just feel like, why get married if we're going to say to each other, oh, we can have a hall pass, we could do other people? No, because people, I know me, a lot of people don't talk about the mental things that go into, okay, if you go see somebody, what it's gonna be like what is the mental process, am I mentally ready to go into this? Like, you might think and say, yeah, you're ready, but we got to ask the mental questions, like, are you gonna be okay? Like, is there's gonna be some jealousy issues? Like, what? Like, it's gonna be a lot of things that go into it, and then you got to make sure you're mentally ready, because if you ain't, that relationship gonna crumble right underneath your feet. And I just don't believe that people don't talk about the mental things that go into threesomes. Like, we got to talk about what role you gonna play in a threesome. Who kissing who? What positions we can and can't do. If they make if they hit my spot and do something that you don't do, like, are you gonna be okay with that? Like, are you gonna be okay with the aftermath or what's gonna happen after this? Like, cause that person is long gone, and we here with the situation of a threesome. Now we gotta think to each other: are we capable of loving each other afterwards, and it still be the same relationship before the threesome? That's why I feel like me, I'm not mentally ready to do certain things in relationships because I feel like I'm not mentally there yet, because that takes a lot of courage and a lot of bravery and a lot of trust. And I'm not literally on those levels yet. And it takes time for all of those, and it's going to take time for me to get to those steps. But I can't say he even threw up some red flags when he was coming over saying, oh, what was it? He said, we're going to have to be secluded. And I'm like, no, you're not going to seclude Levante. Levante's an outgoing person. I don't like to be secluded. I like to be around people. Hence that I'm doing a podcast. So I can't, no. Secluded? No. And then I feel like we're on two different pages. With me trying to be a successful person I am, I don't think he will be the right person to want to be like, okay, if I say let's go to this event, you be my plus one. I don't know if he'll be ready to be my plus one in the spotlight. Like, I will have to bring a friend or somebody else. And like, no, if I'm successful, I want to make sure my other half is right there beside me taking these pictures with me. We both looking fly together. I want you to see the success that I'm getting and that you are receiving with me. Like, I want us to be a unit, as one. Like, but trust and believe we're going to have a prenup of, if and ever I get married, a prenup is going to be established. You're not getting none of what was said. None of that. You might get a little percentage if you're in something. But I will make sure I pay you first. So therefore, you won't try to come back years later and say, oh, yeah, I did this with you. Like, no, I paid you already for that. So that's out the question. I'll make sure I prepay you like a card. You won't get none of this money. I'll make sure I build this for my kids or my nephew and his kids. Like, I want to make sure I have a legacy coming behind me, like something that I can look down from heaven and be like, look, I did this and my business is still going. Like, I want to make sure this this podcast go on forever. Like, somebody actually speak the truth out here. Because speaking of Thanksgiving, I want to know if everybody Thanksgiving is good. Like if their Thanksgiving was good, but by the time I post this, it's after Thanksgiving, okay? But Thanksgiving was just a couple days ago. But mine was good. Like I I ate because I was high. If I could hear that song, because I was high, because I was high. Da 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 da. But yeah, I was high, so I ate some good old ham. Like that's one of my favorite things to eat on Thanksgiving is ham. Like ain't nothing like having coming home from the club or being drunk or tipsy, and you go in the refrigerator and get you some ham, especially some honey ham, and it got some cinnamon on it. Like oh my gosh, like it just hit when you drunk. Like I would take some in my room and just gobble it down. I gobble gobble. I would be a turkey that day. Okay, like I used to eat some ham down. I would eat some ham down on Thanksgiving. And I can't say I enjoyed mine, but I can't believe my aunt hid the food. Come to find out, I'm glad I won't hungry because she talking about feeding the homeless. I'm like, well, dang, your nephew is yeah. I'm about to say I don't know what I was, but your nephew is here. But I feel like, what does Thanksgiving mean to me? Thanksgiving means to me basically love, because I gotta find out the real meaning of Thanksgiving. Because the real meaning of Thanksgiving, I don't think it's real anymore. All the stuff that I don't found out, but there'll be another episode. But Thanksgiving means to me, I feel like love and giving back to those less less fortunate. Like really, I feel like giving back to those less fortunate, like people that's homeless, that actually living on the streets, that actually want to receive the gift. Because you know you got some homeless people that don't take handouts. So I don't know if we should help those. I don't know if we should be biased against those, because I mean, if you're trying to help them, wouldn't you want to give them something? But I feel like some of those people don't want handouts. But if I could have my own Thanksgiving, oh, it will be a show. Like literally, I will have friends and family over. We'll have a whole day. I'll have a parade. I will have somebody singing. We will have to dress up, like food be served. Like I will have it like a 1960s Renaissance type theme. Like Thanksgiving Renaissance, or Renaissance Thanksgiving, or I don't know. Thanks Renaissance. Yeah, I don't know what was Renaissance. I don't know. I'm trying to think of a name, but it'll be like that. You just hear some good old jazz, like some type of jazz music or something. Like just have somebody up there singing, sounded good. Like the women with the leather gloves, or the gloves all the way up to the elbow, and a cigarette in her hand. Like those type, hear a real band up there on stage. Like that type of Thanksgiving. Like it'll be a real show. Something to be like to get everybody out and away from their phones and away from technology and enjoying the moment. Like that's what type of Thanksgiving I want to have. I want to have a Thanksgiving that you can be like, oh my gosh, like this was fun. Like I enjoy. We had a show. I want to see like it be have a comedian, then a singer, then another comedian, then a singer, then a magic show, and then that's it. Boom. That's how I would do it. I would make mine a big spectacle that everybody be like, oh my gosh, like when you gonna do another Thanksgiving? And I'm like, oh no, I'm gonna give you. I'm like a drug. I want you to hit it once and that's it, and give it back. You don't need another. I'm too strong. Mm-mm. This is something you only bring out once in a lifetime or when you need it. But talking about breakups, because I just went from me. I gave you my little tea of what happened during my little situation, but this is a little of how I feel about breakups. And I just feel like, why don't we talk about the aftermath of breakups, or the mental stress that we get? And it's a mental stress, but the mental drain of thinking about how we always hearing that same cliche. Oh, I want to know what they doing, or they don't seem like they hurt. And I feel like sometimes we say people don't hurt, but we don't know or if not they're hurting, because we're not with them. Just as well as they probably thinking the same about us. Oh, they probably ain't hurting as much as I am. You don't know. That's why I try to take that out my vocabulary, because I feel like, why am I sitting here trying to play and say, oh, I don't know if they hurting or not. I don't know if they are. I don't. You might be crying boo-hoo about me. You might not. Or you might be saying the same about me. So I just feel like it's just best if we don't even think of that and put that out our memory, because I just feel like, or even in our vocabulary, because what's the point? We don't know what's going on their end as well as we don't know what's going on our end. So it's like I try to think of things in a different way so I can be like, okay, let me get over it in my own way and be like, okay, just let me think of me. Let me think of me. Because I feel like if I only think of me, that's all that's going to get me through the situation. Like, that's all it's going to be. But I ain't going to go too much on about breakups and all of that. But I know y'all heard about T.I. and his son. Now, that situation, I can say that from my experience, if I ever had a child, I just feel like I hope he respect me in a good way. I really do. Because I don't understand. Like, I don't even know what I'm saying. Because I just feel like I really can't get into it because I'm not in their situation. But I just know I need to hear the whole context, because I heard the video, but I wonder did T.I. do him like he did his brother in that movie, ATL. I wonder did he do him like that, because boy, T.I. probably got some hands on. I don't know if he can fight, but I hope his son can. But his son act like he can fight. But I'm just like, dude, you grew up in a nice neighborhood. But it's kind of like, it's always those rich people that want those hood lives, but ain't about that life. But when it happens to them, they running scared. So I just feel like, why act like something you're not? And that's all everybody's doing. Just like when Saucy Santana was body shaming a woman, talking about, oh, she don't have no BBL, or her makeup ain't done. Like, dude, you are man-made. Everyone is being man-made these days. So I'm just like, how can you talk about a woman should have a BBL? What happened to natural bodies and loving yourself naturally and being true to who you are? I understand, because I feel like you want to look like this and look like that. If you want to, that's your decision. But I just feel like before you do it, make sure your mental is okay. And you like, okay, I'm just doing this for me and not just for others. Because I feel like if you're doing it for a relationship or a man or a woman, think about if they cheated on you before you had the body. Don't you think they would cheat on you after you get whatever you're getting done? Like Beyonce got cheated on and she was supposed to be the most beautiful woman in the world. But hey, everybody has those moments. But I just feel like people going to be people and people going to do what they're going to do. But it's all in that other person's perspective if they're willing to not cheat. But on another note, I was watching a video of these kids beating on their grandma. Now, that was disrespectful. And they literally kicked her. Now, I don't understand it. Like, I don't understand how that even happened. Because, let me do that to my grandma. My mama would literally, I won't even be here to do this podcast. Like, I really won't. So I'm about to do a little review of this video that I seen on YouTube. It's called 30 Most Disturbing Things Caught on Uber Dashcam.
A shocking incident in the heart of New York City involving an Uber driver. In this eerie footage, we witness an Uber driver cruising through the streets, completely unaware of the unsettling presence in their back seat. The passenger, innocently masked in green, hides a chilling secret. Little do they know that their actions are about to plunge this ride into a heart-stopping nightmare.
No, he didn't just hit him in the head with a gun.
The passenger reveals a gun. The driver's world is instantly shattered as the weapon strikes the back of their head, sending waves of pain
I want to know what that's. Woo! There's some crazy things going on in this world.
Is trapped in a nightmarish reality with no apparent way out. On
So
February
you riding an Uber driver?
A Chicago taxi cab driver found himself in a harrowing experience that would have a lasting impact on his life.
No, you got it? No, it's under your seat. Oh, it's my seat? Under your seat. No, I didn't. It's a card. We're going to find it, man.
The passenger, in a moment of distraction, claimed that he had dropped something in the back seat of the taxi. Requesting a quick stop, they both hoped to retrieve the lost item and continue their journey without incident. But as they pulled over to the side of the road, what was meant to be a simple search turned into a startling revelation.
Right here. You got it? Oh. See? Oh. You seen it? Oh, I got it. You got it?
The passenger hurriedly left, leaving the taxi driver momentarily confused and relieved. Only when the dust settles does this taxi driver realize something unsettling. His wallet is missing. He has fallen victim to a robbery. Desperate and worried about losing his hard-earned money, he takes action and seeks help. In our next video, we are diving into an incident in Newcastle upon Tyne.
This is crazy. These people be, and these Uber drivers going off.
Like
now I'm doing another one. This is a lady. I didn't crash my car. She's a drunk mother in front of the police.
Okay.
You're going to jail.
On August 17th, 2022, a routine traffic stop in Alachua County, Florida, took a troubling turn. Alachua County Sheriff's Office deputies note driver of the...
Who's in there?
Trying to figure out what the hell happened. Yeah, it like lost control. It's been pulling. It's a rental car, and it's been pulling to the right and the left. Like, I don't know if the drive shaft is...
She said it's been pulling to the right and the left.
Yeah, I don't know what it was, but it was pulling to the right. I don't know if it was one of the cones or what, because it happened so fast. I was trying to remain control over it.
Do you have your driver's license, ma'am?
Yeah. I get it now.
Yeah, do you mind getting that for me?
Yeah, I want to try to see what I could do then. And yeah, sit down.
So you don't know what happened right here with all this?
It kind of lost control. It's been swerving, like, it's a rental car.
Okay.
And, it's kind of one of them,
Well, do you remember hitting anything? Because you definitely hit something. The whole back axle's broke.
the back axle.
Well, I mean, something's broken. That whole tire's crooked.
Yeah.
And all this damage here.
Yeah. I don't know. It just all happened so fast.
Where were you coming from?
I'm coming from Ocala. And,
Okay.
I live here in Gainesville, but, it just, like, it started losing control, like, contraction, and it was, like, just pulling strongly to the right. I didn't hit nobody other. I didn't hit no other car.
This is crazy.
So, I don't know if it was, like, one of the cones or what. But,
That's more than a cone.
yeah. Well, I didn't hit a tree or anything, because it was...
So she said she
didn't
hit a tree.
It just started losing control, and it was just going...
Okay.
But it's been having issues, so I was just... it's been having...
Let's go around to the other side. I don't like there, okay?
And now the way was...
With the kid. He wants to keep coming out. All right, he's going to hang out here with...
So the lady is clear. Can't even talk. This lady is clearly drunk with her kids in the car. She must have hit something while drunk driving. I really hope none of my friends, I know they don't do this with their kids in the car. I really hope they don't. Like, I really hope and pray. But that is sad. Like, not you staggering drunk in front of the police with kids in the car. Like, are you kidding me? Like, she's an unfit mother. I mean, I don't want to talk about her mothering skills because maybe she's going through something mentally. Maybe she's going through postpartum. I don't know. I don't want to judge her and say anything wrong or malicious because she may be a good mother under that drunkenness. So I'm not going to give her a pass, but it's just that was just so wrong. That was just wrong. Like, you literally got into a drunk driving accident with your kids in the car. Like, how sad can it be? Like, no. Like, not with the kids in the car. Like, no, baby, you gotta do better. Do better. Like, be a good mother. Where's your morals? Where's your assets? I don't know, say assets. I mean, where's your morals? Where's your integrity? Where's your brain? Where's your no liquor as a mother? Like, oh gosh. But I'm gonna go ahead and close this podcast out today because I gotta get back to work. I gotta get to my first job, and I'm gonna talk about jobs, but it's been on another podcast. But I want y'all to go ahead and follow me, subscribe to me, like, post, repost, share. Do it, please. Hit all those buttons to keep me going and keep me on the road to keep making this podcast. Okay. And on another note, if you want to send me voicemails or anything that you want me to talk about on the podcast, or you want me to even, talk about a topic or even say something to somebody for you, I could definitely do it for you, okay? You can reach me at 757-505-0918, okay? And what was said is out.